What's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. Bottom line, people cheat for good sex. Let's just break it down, cause I did my couch video was women cheating on good husbands, good providers, and everything. And it's interesting because I got some guys saying, a couple guys saying, no, they just bad. And then a couple women saying, oh no, we don't cheat. I'm like, bullshit. Bullshit. Especially the women saying some shit. The guys in some fantasy world, and the women who got an issue with it are just lying. Maybe they don't cheat, but I guarantee they know somebody who is. Seriously, women be getting down out here. Men be getting, well, we already know men be getting down. Because the one woman got on there, she trying to turn it around to the men. It was like, we already know. Don't act like y'all innocent. Hell, a lot of these men who are cheating, they cheating with some woman cheating on their mate. So, it takes two to party. Shoot, you got pages out there. All you have to do is put woman's infidelity in a search engine. You're going to get a lot of pages, some of them private. Women talking about dead bedrooms, why they cheating and everything. And this ain't nothing new. There ain't nothing new. Been seeing that shit. And any man who think these women ain't getting down, okay, double back home, motherfucker. Why you going through a phone, motherfucker? Seriously. Like that whole my bad joke, that shit actually happened. That shit actually happened. A friend of mine was telling me about that shit. A friend of mine was telling me that ain't no shit I just made out of the blue. And I said that before. But women be getting down out here, men be getting down out here. The primary reason people cheat is sex. Otherwise, they just a good friend. Especially women be talking that trash like, oh, he wasn't emotionally available and all that shit. Oh shit, they can get a gay best friend if they needed somebody like that. And I'm gonna tell you what, I know all about, that's how I know the game. I told y'all when I was younger, I was a side man. Ain't proud of it, but I was a side man. Now, as far as I know, I didn't mess with a married woman, as far as I know. But hold up though with that one. If a woman could lie to her husband, she could lie to me. So I don't know. I know I dealt with some women who said they were in the process of being separated or something. So, it is what it is. Because you see a lot of shit. I'm going to tell you what. Like I said, just dipping into the sexual shadow world, you see a lot of shit. That's one of the main things you're going to see, especially a man seeing a woman, how they getting down and which women are getting down. And they getting down for sex. Let's just be real. I told you about when I was had this I was on Facebook, and this woman, we probably still friends too. I only check it like once a day. But she asked a bunch of women, how many of y'all had sex with two men in a day? And I said, I stopped counting at 100. I had to stop counting because I kept losing count. So I said, fuck it. Once I got to 100, I was like, fuck it. There was more women than that. And these are women in relationships and everything. And I wish I had a dime every time I met some woman who looked like she wouldn't get down like that. Be straight up like, yeah, they would. Hell. And then some men, they trying to act like, oh, they so terrible. But look, you know what? I ain't even need to get down on men cheating. We already know. We hear about it all the time. We know we get down. Shit. But these women trying to act all innocent out here, like, oh, like, they had to block a couple women. I don't give a fuck. And trust me on this. Only time I've seen a woman who might not have cheated is if she's being sexually satisfied at home. I'm just being real with y'all. That's the only time. Because a lot of times, especially with women, they'll do that dual mating thing. They'll get that good guy, but he ain't rocking their world in the bedroom. That's why there's a lot of sexless marriages and everything. In fact, I know a guy in a sexless marriage, and I told a woman that we both know this guy in common. I said, yeah, his wife probably doing some shit. He ain't getting none, but his wife probably out there doing some shit. And the woman was like, yeah, shit. And there be some casual shit to them. They be having their little sneaky links and everything. That's why a show like Cheaters would go on. And yeah, like I said, yeah, we can talk about men cheating all day. Yeah, men do. We know it. Yeah, Eddie Murphy talked about that when he did Raw Live. Because I saw that when he did it back in '87. He said, men are like dogs. Men should we be like, he said, yeah, went through the trash to tell all our shit. Women like cats. Yeah, I could ask a cat what they doing. They be like, man. And shit. Even that passport bro thing. Oh, people making a big deal out of it. Fellas, if your woman going with a bunch of girlfriends down to the Bahamas or someplace like that, you know they running into Dexter. Eddie Murphy talked about that. Women be out there on the beach. All of a sudden he'll come up. Dexter St. Jacques swinging his dick. Shit. Oh, man. And they been doing that. Like I said, the sex tourism thing, that ain't no new thing with women. It's a new thing with men. But shit, women be going to all these places. Who you think they are? Probably got a guy at home. And like I said, I know this just from being that side man a lot when I was younger. It got to the point, even when I said, nah, I'm going to stop doing this shit wrong. Right? Dealing with one woman, would have sex with her. She told me in the middle of the date. And I was like, how come you didn't tell me at first? She was like, you wouldn't have wanted to go out with me. I was like, well, yeah. No, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have. Yeah, you right on that. I wouldn't have wanted to go out with you. There's another woman like that. She told me casually, fellas, you ever be on a date with a woman or hanging out doing something and she just tell you, but it's not to like have you go away or anything. It's really just to just as a form of honesty, just to let you know the situation. Shit, I got a lot of stories like that. I know one woman I was dealing with, and she had a man. She wanted me to come over because she liked excitement and shit. She liked living on the edge. She wanted me to come over at like about 7 o'clock. I said, what time you get home? She about 10. I was like, fuck that. I said, that'd be the night he come home early, think he gonna do something. I said, I wasn't going up in another man's house. That's one thing. That's one thing I ain't do. Even those side man days, I ain't go up in another man's house. But shit, the way women cheated, man, the ease which they cheat. See, the thing is, the difference between men and women are cheat on in rhythm. And when I mean in rhythm, what I mean is they'll cheat in such a way, though you won't miss them. You won't think about it. You won't think about it. Like, you think it's normal for them to take 2 hours to go to the store, or they'll do it while you at work, something. I knew a woman. She said, shit, her husband, look, her husband she fixed her dinner, breakfast for her husband in the morning. He go off to work. She get on a plane, go to another city, get off with another man, then be back in time to cook dinner for her husband. It's too much. And you know what it was, and what she broke it down. She broke it down. You know, she said, Rom, these women just need excitement out here and everything. And I'm just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And you be like, you be shaking your head, and I know some dudes don't want to deal with that, but it was like, look, one thing growing up, That girl, I had to see some shit. Like, a lot of stuff people think, like, I give you an example. And I mentioned this one before. This woman, part of the reason why, Child Protective Service had to move us out, me and my sister out, when I was living over in Anacostia. This woman, now she a lesbian. Had a girlfriend living there, a butch lesbian. She was the male side of it. Yet she still had sex with this dude on my bed. I was more pissed off. If they're gonna fuck someplace else. You know? I was like, man, I was like, damn. Because I'm gonna tell you what, and the real issue is, the real issue with it all is just sex. See, people don't want to talk about sex, or they think they doing something. You got some men, they hung up on their own sexuality. And when I say hung up, they ain't comfortable. Maybe doing it, and it could be for myriad reasons, it could be religious or whatever. Some guys ain't comfortable with their dick size, and they think a woman's just supposed to be loyal. Shit. Nah, they gonna cheat. Just like a man. If a man's woman ain't taking care of him in the bedroom, he gonna look for somebody. She could be the finest motherfucker in the world. She can be fine as shit, but, she got that, like, she don't want to fuck him or something, which a lot of women don't. He gonna go out and get something else. Shoot, some women, not even some, many women, they don't even care. They'd be like, okay. Some women get a man a condom. You see, just protect yourself. Don't have any problem. Because that happens a lot. See, we don't want to talk about the sex part. Because that happens a lot. Seriously, that happens a whole lot. You get a lot of women, men and women, they in a relationship for public reasons. Maybe even get married, but they both doing something. Sometimes they come to understandings and stuff. I found out this woman who got ultra friendly with me, even though she was married on one of my jobs, found out later her and her husband was swingers, because I actually met the dude. Seemed real cool. She tried to say he wanted a job up there. And I was like, okay, this dude don't need a job. What the fuck is up? Then she got ultra friendly. And I was like, nah, you married and stuff. But then I found out her and her husband were swingers. And even to this day, that shit don't end. That shit don't end. I was telling some people privately, if I wanted to, if I feel like living dangerously, there's plenty of married women in this area who made their intentions very clear. I remember at this gym I used to work out at, one woman was blatant in front of people, talking about her and her husband just roommates. Another woman, she working out near me, talking with somebody, talking about asking her husband for a day pass. Then all of a sudden got real friendly with me. I was like, and it's all for sex. See, one issue is people don't want to have a real conversation about sex. They really don't. Even in these spaces, people ain't talking about sex. Or they acting like, they got some, I don't know, hang up about marriage. Now, to me, this is my stance on it is that couple need to make sure they sexually compatible. At the very least. Or if they're not going to be sexually compatible, they need to sit down and have an understanding. Like, you got some couples out there, they open. And, I ain't promoting anything other than just being open. If you want to go do some stuff, y'all need to have that conversation. Because there's been plenty, I always make that my bad jokes, but I've heard of dudes catching their women and stuff, because definitely some women have caught their men, but some dudes coming home and catching their woman, and you gotta think about what a woman's mentality has to be to have sex with another man in the home that her man's paying for, likely working for, in the bedroom that they likely sleeping in together. That's the disrespect. It's like one dude said, you just tell the woman, look, don't bring no shit home. Don't have them on my bed. Because some dudes, some men and some women are more realistic about this shit. They know the deal. And sometimes it's not even just one good sex. Sometimes the men and the women, they just not satisfied with what they got, no matter what. They just got that type of appetite. Alright. But it still happens. See, you get some people getting mad, say, dude, no, y'all gotta deal with reality. See, one thing I present just reality. You gotta deal with reality. That partner, you know, like you got all these sexless marriages. And virtually every single, I say most of them, 90% of them, when I knew they were sexless, I talked to one of the parties in there, they cheat. No matter what their husband get. And, you know, look, for the fellas, look, let's just be real. If you ain't dicking her down, expect that she gonna cheat, okay? She gonna, especially if she's attracted, she keeping herself attracted. Expect that she is going to cheat. And for women who try to like turn it on the men cheating, well, they cheating with the woman. If they cheating with the woman, you need to ask yourself, you need to like have a conversation with other women. Hell, it might be a woman you know. Let's just keep it a buck. It might be a woman you know. One of your girlfriends be checking them out on the low. Yeah, women need to be doubling back home. Shit. But it's happening out here, and it's happening because we don't have an honest thing. Like if a couple, like the couples that seem like they don't cheat on each other, when you're around them, they're very touchy. They're very open with sex with each other. Those are really the only couples that probably ain't going, either that or both sides got a real sexual issue. Like a lot of guys want that woman who definitely don't cheat. Okay. Yeah, best way you can guarantee that is get a woman with a low sex drive. But a woman with a low sex drive also ain't gonna have sex with you, want to have sex with you on the regular. It's like, oh shit. Nah, it's some real shit. It's some real shit. But we gotta talk about that shit. There need to be more discussions about sex and sexual satisfaction and everything, because you're gonna have problems. So yeah, hey, look, I'm gonna tell you what, it's like a woman told me one time. She said she make love to a man in such a way he ain't gonna want to cheat. And that's how a man gotta be. If a man don't want his woman to cheat, he need to find, first of all, he need to be comfortable sticking her down. And then find out what her fantasies are. Because usually they dip in the shadow. The women, see, one thing about the sexual shadow world. The sexual shadow world is really controlled by women. Whether you in there or not, some guys think they can just get in. It's like, nah, that's a space controlled by women. That's a space controlled by women and everything. You gotta sit here for a minute. Oh no, they open. Shit. Okay. Gotta get some work done on the car and everything. But yeah, that's a space controlled by women. And it is what it is. But it's still sex. Everything come down to sex. Ain't no shame in it. It is what it is. People, a woman gonna step out, she ain't getting satisfied. Just like a man gonna step out, he ain't getting satisfied. And, for men who got a problem with it, it's like, man, deal with the sex. And for women, stop being fake. If either you or somebody. Like I had one woman end up blocking her, talking about, well, I don't cheat. Well, why you respond? I never seen your name before. Hit dogs holler. Hit dogs holler. And sometimes, I'm going to tell you something now, over the years, it be the main ones you don't think doing shit. Be acting prim and proper. They some of the main ones. They doing some shit. Hey, I got a lot of stories. People can see one thing with me. People gotta know I don't just talk all my, I don't know why y'all projecting that y'all in the house. I ain't never stay in the house. Shit, start really learning the game in Southeast DC in Anacostia, Good Oak Road. So, you know, then lived in Michigan Park, hanging out in Riggs, hanging out in Brookline. Yes, people know where. Shoot, even in Philly, you know, when I was going to school at St. Joe's, hanging out in West Philly, Overbrook. Shoot, I done seen this. And shoot, all that's before jumping into the shadow world about Nat 91. I was just seeing some shit. You seeing some shit. You seeing how shit getting down. And if you see the women getting down, you wouldn't think anything of them. They ain't look like no 304s or anything like that. So, you know, but whether you're talking about men or women, it's always come down to the sex. It's just that simple. But anyway, though, drop my car off here. Let them do what they got to do. And I'll get back with y'all. All right? Peace and blessings.